It's the HasBeens Podcast. I actually know what episode it is this time, man. Episode 13, man. HasBeens Podcast, episode 13, man. We got my boy JP here, man. What's up, JP?
Yo.
Welcome to the set. We got JP in the building, man. We got K-Flow back in the building this week, man. What's up,
man?
Fleazy?
What's going on, man? I'm back, man. Had a lot going on last week, man. So, I take a little break, man. I need some paid vacation time. You know how that go.
I seen you the check, my boy.
Yeah.
I seen you the check. So we got JP in here, man. JP is one of our undercover wild card workers. So definitely glad he get an opportunity to kind of come on the set, get on the podcast and
absolutely, man.
and talk his shit too.
Take Mike's spot.
Yeah, man. I'm very happy, man.
Mike say he not leaving, man. You know what I'm saying? So we might have to see, man. You know what I'm saying? If Mike, man, you don't notice, man. JP
Problem
say he
is
come.
you keep replacing people with other Falcons fans.
Yeah,
Like,
and speaking of Falcons fans, man, we gonna renovate this area over here because
Yeah,
people
that
keep
shit
hollering
trash.
at me. This is not me. You feel me? I just like this spot now, so I'm gonna switch everything up.
Falcons gonna get it together, man. Hey, don't
Not
talk
this
about it.
season.
But
We still got 12 games left now. So
12 games.
we're gonna get together.
Oh,
slowly.
all right,
You
man.
sound just like Mike, that boy.
So let's get back on it, man. The HasBeens Podcast, man, it's the flagship podcast on the Wild Card Sports Network, presented to you, man, by none other than Wild Card Sports, man, the new leader in innovative and fresh sports content, man. JP, I normally ask Mike this question, man, so I'm gonna ask you, man, where can they find us at, bro?
On all social media platforms, man. On Facebook, Wildcard Sports. Instagram, Wildcard Sports. YouTube, Wildcard Sports Network. And Twitter, Wildcard Sports.
My boy's so professional. I like
Yeah,
that.
man, subscribe too, man. Don't
Did you get the
forget, we're trying to
website?
reach
Man,
Oh, yeah,
thewildcardsports.com, man. We got a ton more content coming, a ton more ideas coming, man. So you just stay on the lookout, Wildcard Sports, man. We coming with it. Oh, man. I was just telling Keith about this, man. If y'all look at the bottom of the screen for the people watching on YouTube, and if you're not watching on YouTube, this is a perfect opportunity to come check out the Wildcard Sports Network on YouTube. We got us a new little ticker down here, man, and got all type of updates, scores, bunch of stuff with whatever's going on with Wild Card that we think is important, man. It's gonna be down there on our ticker, man. So, shout out to Keith, man, for getting that ticker for us, man.
You're doing big things out there.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. So we're gonna start it off, man. We're gonna give Dayton Pope a call, man. He couldn't make it in to talk about the Spence fight, but we sure gonna call him up, see what he hitting on, man. We got my boy Dayton. You know what I'm saying? I got him calling him up, man. You know what I'm saying? See what he talking about, man.
Yo,
DP, what's up, bro?
what's going on, man?
Man, we got JP and Keith in the studio,
What up, my
man. You live,
What
bro?
up, baby.
Man, what's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. What's going on, fellas?
Cooling, man. So let's get right to it, man. You was in studio last week. We talked about Spence versus Porter. We gonna give you the floor, man. Talk to us
Yeah,
about
man,
what
what
you
you
saw in the
thought,
fight, man.
man?
What you thought about the fight, and we'll spend a little time talking about that.
All right, cool. So, first, let me clarify something. Last week I gave a little bit of misinformation about Pacquiao. So, Pacquiao actually defeated Keith Thurman for the WBA Super Welterweight title. It says the WBC title for welterweight. So I wanted to clear that up. But the fight between Errol and Keith Thurman, between Errol and Sean Porter, it was pretty much everything I predicted. Outside of the fact I did not expect Sean Porter to show up in such great condition. I'll be honest, he put on the performance of his life the other night, and he deserves all the credit that he received. It was a tough fight, but it was everything that we wanted it to be too. It was a lot of action, very action packed. Errol kind of didn't. I felt like he played into Sean Porter's game plan because they both were going for the knockout. Now, Sean Porter, he showed up in great condition. He used his angles great. He entered well. His footwork was magnificent. Errol, his footwork was great as well. But one thing I saw to him, he resorted more to brawling than boxing. I felt like he could have kept Sean Porter at bay with his jab a little more, but I could tell that he showed up to fight that night. And he wanted, like he said, he wanted to go for the knockout, and so he preferred to fight on the inside. He paid for it a little bit, but to be honest, outside of the knockdown in the 11th round, I pretty much I had him winning the whole fight anyway. Not by a huge margin, but I still had him winning because he was landing more of the.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, did you agree with the split decision?
I could see how it was a split decision. I wasn't mad that it was a split decision, but when I was watching the fight and scoring, I had Errol up. Because the thing is, what casuals and fans have to know is that when you're watching the fight, you have to watch for who lands the cleaner shot.
Right.
So even though Sean Porter was pressing the action at some points in the fight, if you paid attention, he was doing a lot of grazing and he was catching a lot of gloves as well. Whereas Errol Spence, he was hitting square. And he was hitting them with a lot of power shots. A lot of his power shots were landing flush and clean. To be honest with you, I don't know how Sean Porter withstood half of that shit that he was getting hit with. Honestly,
Tough, man, tough.
Definitely tough.
Yeah.
So, question for you, Dayton, because we talked about this as well with styles of fight. And I know me and you talked during the fight because I sent you a text and told you Porter wasn't. Spence wasn't shit because I was expecting him to be more of a technical fighter. But like you said, he kind of got caught into Sean Porter's style. But with Styles winning, Styles making fights is the mantra, right? In boxing,
Right.
As I explained to you, as I watched the fight, I felt like Sean Porter's style prevailed. And I mean, after the fact, obviously Spence is gonna say, that's what I intended to do. But it looked like he was more uncomfortable with the pressure and the continuous pressure from Sean Porter. So for me, Sean controlled the style of the fight. So I felt like he controlled the fight, and in the fight that both fighters had a title, how can you not? Outside of the knockdown. So now with the knockdown, obviously I agree with the decision, but I had Sean up actually in that fight, based off of just him controlling the fight and really putting his style on the fight and stamping the fight with his style.
Well, like I said before, he pressed a lot of the action, but at the same time, Errol fought through a lot of action as well. I will say this: the way that Sean looked the other night, he would have beat, outside of maybe Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, he would have beat any other welterweight that he fought. Because he looked magnificent.
So I'm actually glad you brought up Bud Crawford. So do you think we'll get to see that fight that everyone wants to see anytime? I think that's part of the problem with boxing. They don't get the matchups when they're supposed to happen. So you think Bud and Errol get it together anytime soon? And if so, who do you think will win that fight?
I'm hoping that they do get together sometime soon. I'll be honest with you on that one. I don't know who's gonna win that fight.
I'm a real Bud Crawford fan, man.
His IQ, his IQ is off the charts. And a lot of times, and now you see the effect that Mayweather had on boxing, right? Because the reason we don't get to see a lot of these guys fight each other is because a lot of times it's not even the fighter, it's the promoters that are in the way because they don't want their fighter to lose. They want to build their fighter up to where they can get the biggest bag before they take that L or before they get that stick on their record.
Right, but don't you see that kind of backfire with the heavyweight from the UK who lost to what's his name?
Joshua.
Yeah, Joshua, who lost. Mm-hmm. They build, and then look, mistake happened. Now his purse will be significantly lower to me than it would have been, prior to.
I totally agree with you. And Andy Ruiz now he became a celebrity pretty much overnight from beating Anthony Joshua. Knocked him down 4 times, and that's a risk that a lot of these promoters are taking now with trying to protect these fighters and hide them from the true competition. Is that it's a 50-50 chance that while you're hiding this fighter in the background and you have him fighting, tomato cans and people that aren't as well known or aren't as well deserving,
right? You
run the risk of them running into somebody like Styles make fights. You run the risk of them running into somebody with a style that just that has the ability to overtake them that night. Right, and now the bag is messed up.
Right. Well, Dayton, man, we appreciate you giving us some boxing insight, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to get to get on with the show, you know. But we appreciate you checking in with us, man, and giving us an update on what you thought about the fight. And we hope to have you back on the show, and definitely look forward to you calling in. Well, actually, I called you this time, but having you back on the show, man. Appreciate you, Dave.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all, and anytime, man. I look forward to getting back on there with y'all, too.
All right, bro.
All right, man. Y'all take care.
Yep. All right, man. That's DP, man. He came in and talked to us about Spence versus Porter, man. Hey, man, I ain't had a good time watching the fight, man, in a real long time. That was a really exciting fight, bro.
I fell asleep.
Did you watch it, JP?
I tried to, bro.
No,
Hell no. These youngsters, man.
Nah, bro, I fell
You
asleep.
fell asleep, too?
Bro, I was going to watch it. I said, boy,
Goodness
cool.
gracious.
I'm going to
Y'all
watch
ain't
it.
hitting no
I was
shit.
sick this weekend, bro, so I was like.
Well, we gonna scroll past it. I ain't got nobody. I should have just kept dating on the line.
You can't discuss it with me.
So we gonna move on, man. You know what I'm saying? We gonna talk about something near and dear to my heart, man. Good old football, pig skin, and them Saints. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna spend too much time on it, but I want to just let everybody know. I think now it's safe to say everybody know that the Saints are not a bad football team. I think everybody counted us out when we lost Drew Brees.
Anybody thought you guys were a bad
I think they
other than Falcons fans.
I think that hold on, JP.
Well,
what?
I'm just saying because Falcons fans and Saints fans, they both think each team is terrible each year. Y'all don't give each other any respect. Now the Falcons is very warranted.
Listen,
You
hold
stink.
on. Listen to this.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Looking at first off, I'm looking at the picks every week. I ain't seen nobody pick the Saints since Drew went down. I listen to what y'all say. I talk to y'all. It's like, we don't look. First off, I don't want y'all to let these folks think that this is the only time a week we talk. I don't want nobody looking, listening, watching to think that this is the only time a week we talk sports. These folks counted us out. They didn't think our defense was that good. They didn't know that we had one of the best offensive lines in the league.
Stop saying they.
You know, they didn't want us to win, but what we gonna do? We gonna keep winning. Y'all see these Saints socks right here? You feel me? You see me?
Can't see them.
You see Saints socks? You know what I'm saying? Saints hats, man. I ain't gonna really talk too much. The Cowboys were who we thought they were, bro. They played the Giants, the Redskins, and the Dolphins. They ain't played nobody.
Yeah, but they still a good team.
We know we thought Dak who we thought he was. Period.
Still in the game.
Period. He is as Coop goes. And Coop was a little stirred up.
That was one of the worst football games ever to watch.
That's exciting to me. Exciting to me.
You love defense.
You love defense. You love people hitting folks in the mouth. And them pads and them.
Teddy Bridgewater hard to watch.
Teddy go hard, man.
Yeah, Teddy
Either way,
hard.
man, we ain't trying to spend too much time over here, man. We're going to try to just hit our favorite teams, talk a little, you know what I'm saying?
And
Patriots,
baby, we won, baby. That's
Patriots,
all that matters.
man, what's up, bro?
Let's keep winning, baby. Offense didn't look great, played a good Bills defense, but I told you, like you said, this ain't the first time we talk. I told you when your dumb ass picked the Bills, the Bills offense was not going to be able to
Josh Allen got knocked out the game in the most pivotal moment of the game.
I wish he was in the game. He threw 3 interceptions.
That's fine. It don't matter. You don't lose by 3 interceptions. Lose fantasy games, bro.
No, that's not true.
Interceptions ain't gonna lose you on the last drive of the game unless you throw one. Them 3 picks didn't matter. I need my starter on the field in the fourth quarter.
Hey man, guess what? Guess what? We 4-0.
And y'all scored 10 points on offense.
Mm-hmm. We scored 16 points
total,
which was more
10
than the other
on
team.
offense.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
you know what I'm saying.
And hit on Josh Allen.
And he was all
on this Josh Allen hype train.
I'm a Josh Allen guy, so I'm on.
He was sorry on your Facebook post too. I saw that.
Oh,
they had a better quarterback. Now he ain't shit.
Ooh,
you said that.
When I said that.
You want me to pull it up on Facebook?
When I said the Bills?
No. You said if the Bills had a better quarterback, that would be referring to who?
I said the Bears.
No, it was a Bills post.
Bears.
It was a Bills post.
I promise you. Go look at Bears. Find the post. Find the post. But the Patriots, who we thought they were too, man. They played Pittsburgh, Miami, and the Jets. First real defense they see.
And we won.
They only put 10 on them.
We won.
Either way. But I think it's something we'll both agree on, Fleece. Falcons suck.
Yeah, they suck.
Fucking stink.
Can I talk about my
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you got the floor.
Look, watch this.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look for this post while you talk about this.
Anyways, man, hey.
Might play the excuse song.
Tough start, man, to the season, man. We 1-3 right now. Man, I don't know what we gotta do. We gotta go back to the drawing board or something, man. Dan Quinn, I'm not impressed with him as a coach because he's like, oh, I'm pissed. Oh, I'm pissed off, man.
Dan Quinn is a defensive coach that can't coach defense.
So my question is, like, are you addressing this to the players? Like, because it seems like your team's turning against you.
Dan Quinn, what he thought he could do was go he tried to reconfigure the Seahawks defense he had, try to get players similar, and they went and tried to configure the most high-powered offense possible, and then they let a drunk call the plays.
The crazy thing about
Steve Sarkisian.
The crazy thing about it is Super Bowl year, we had
Shanahan.
Yeah, with Shanahan, we had the best offense in the league.
Yeah, he called great plays. You can see as you can see in San Francisco, offense off the chain.
Off the chain, we had with Jimmy G. Same thing. Probably would have happened last year if we wouldn't have got hurt. But shoot, back to the Falcons, man. We got the talent on offense, no question. Now, one thing y'all are mistaken is that Matt Ryan
is trash.
Hold on. Matt Ryan has never had a good offensive line.
Offensive line trash. I've been telling folks ever since preseason.
I don't feel sorry for him. Them assholes just drafted 2 in the first round. Ain't my fault you picked the 2 most hurt ones.
Third string guard, which is like,
man, the Patriots got.
Hey, bro, we ain't got
problems.
We winning with our backup quarterback, bro. So this is a point. This is a point where you can't make excuses.
And this ain't just this year. Like we not.
This is why you build a complete team. Your team is not complete. I've been telling you guys over the last 2 or 3 years, your team was not complete. You guys have a team built to play with a lead. Go get this great offense. Go get a lead in these small defensive. These small linebackers, these small defensive linemen, these really fast small corners. They just want to get a lead, drop in cover 3, and come up and hit people.
One person gets hurt, it's done.
It destroys. Y'all have no depth. Nothing. Team is terrible, man.
We need to spend money on defense. We don't
Only titles coming in that dome is Atlanta United, man. Come on, man. I'm tired of talking about
captain now.
I'm tired of talking about this.
Oh, I got my proof too. I got my proof.
Was it the Bills? Let me see.
Yeah, Rico Davis is the guy you were chatting with. He says, true, but Bills defense top 5. We gonna see though. I'm just trying to figure out why my team never had these cake schedules. Said, yeah, and they look terrible against the Bills. Think about if they would have saw an above-average quarterback.
Above average? I mean, Josh Allen's an average quarterback.
Man, please, you've been hyping.
I said above. Thank you. I rest my case.
No, that case is
trash.
trash.
He was playing well before he got hurt, though.
Also,
when? He threw 3 interceptions before he got hurt.
Listen, man.
I'm not talking about the Pats game. I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Hey, shout out to my boy. Now, my boy Swagoo, what's his name? Speed on ESPN Get Up. He like Minshew too. Shout out to my boy Minshew.
I like Minshew.
Minshew.
Jaguars might have found their quarterback.
Shout out to the stash. Shout out to the stashes, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, let me tell you, this ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new. Look,
Jalen Ramsey still want to be.
Everybody trying to get the little beard. You know, JP trying to get a beard. Keith like to have a little beard. You know what I'm saying? I've always liked a good mustache, so I love Minshew, and Minshew out there winning ball games in Jacksonville, man.
Think Jalen Ramsey should come back now?
No.
Or the bridge burn?
Let it burn.
I mean, they got all they were missing was.
I really hear Tom Coughlin is a piece of shit. So if he's,
but all they were missing, he wants to win, and people hate losing. People come from these top programs, they hate losing.
I definitely think.
So, but Minshew might gotta.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like they can compete now, definitely in their division, because the Houston Texans still got the same old problems, you know, and I don't trust the Titans. Colts off and on too. So the division's up for grabs.
It's wide open.
Where do y'all rank Gardner Minshew's stash all time?
It's too early.
It's too early
to tell about stash.
He gotta have more stash games.
Just like last
I think I got one of the top 5 stashes in the game.
Just like last season when Fitzpatrick started out hot with the Bucks, and what happened?
But his mustache wasn't organic.
A caveman beard.
Fitzpatrick is dope.
Speaking of Jalen Ramsey, Keith, glad you mentioned him, man. We gonna get into the next segment. Speaking of just Jalen Ramsey, you got Antonio Brown, you got in the NFL, you got in the NBA AD, Jimmy Butler, Kyrie. In baseball, I'm sure you got players forcing their way out. But the overall dynamic of this is rebellious players and forcing their ways out of situations, right? What do you feel about that, JP first? Not Keith, JP actually. What do you feel about these the new wave of players and just kind of taking control of their careers and
in all sports?
Yeah, all sports, man.
Okay. I like it, man. I'm for it, man. I feel like it kind of started with your guy, man. Kind of changing the narrative a little bit. LeBron, kind of like
He wasn't my guy when he started changing the narrative.
I'm
He's
glad
your
you
guy
told
now.
the truth.
Yeah, I always tell the truth.
But yeah, so I like it, man. I think it's definitely a good forcer now in terms of like the way sports has been evolving over the past few years. But yeah, I think it's gonna become bigger and greater as time moves on.
Key.
Like you said, I think it all stemmed from LeBron James, and I think it stemmed from LeBron James in the sense that he made it okay to not really to leave your one team. Like when he left Cleveland the first time, guys like that usually don't switch teams. Sports fans expect them to stay with one team. He made it okay to take your own destiny into your own hands, basically. So after he started doing that, then you start seeing that evolve a lot more in the NBA. And I think as far as the NFL, I think they're taking their notice from the NBA. They're getting tired of seeing not only guaranteed money.
They been complaining about that money.
They already mad about guaranteed money.
Mm-hmm.
But now the NBA players are showing that they can also move to get wherever they want to go, plus the money.
Yeah.
So they're like,
I think people are starting to realize their value and starting to realize how much they really bring to the table. And like Jalen Ramsey and the other world realize that the Jaguars come and go with me. Well, I won't say me because that really pushes that narrative.
But I also think
narrative.
Football is different though, because it is relying on such a much more
of a team,
because you can't play both sides.
But I actually respect the maneuvering more in the NFL because they don't have the guaranteed contracts, and because their body really is put into these dangerous situations. I feel like if I'm gonna go bang my head against the wall, I'm going to do it in New England. Nah, hell no. But I'm saying if I was like Jalen Ramsey, I'd rather do it in New England than Jacksonville.
But that's the problem with the NFL versus. I guess it's the same, but in the NFL, I feel like it's only something that you can do close to your contract year for number one, which like I said, I don't want to say like I like it just because you get to break your contract, because I think contracts are binding everywhere else. They should also be binding in sports, but I also think the owner should have some repercussion for not binding them as well. But it's only like the real megastars, like a Jalen Ramsey, who can force his way out of there like that. Because, if there's anybody else like Melvin Gordon,
you're just not seeing
success because he's not on that plateau. Yeah. And two, football is a sport where your backup can be just as good. Austin Eckler really fucked Melvin Gordon. Right. Because if Austin Eckler wasn't playing that good and the Chargers was 0-3, 0-4, which they would be if Austin Eckler wasn't playing that good.
They should be that anyway.
Yeah, but like I said, he's really been the only driving force that's keeping him and Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
Then Melvin Gordon might have got paid. Melvin Gordon did not get a dime in his holdout.
He's like a damn fool.
They didn't give him
I'm glad I should have put him on the list.
They did not give him not 1 cent or a year or nothing to his contract. They held firm. They like, we got two other good guys over here. So you like, that's what I'm saying. Jalen Ramsey, you can't replace Jalen Ramsey.
Right.
So that's why I say it's harder. In the NBA, AD ain't no replacing no guy like Anthony Davis. You're going to have to give him what he want.
And so I was talking to an old head the other day too, and he was like, it's weird these days because now you just know so much about these players' personal life, and especially when they start, look at Antonio Brown. The minute he started, making moves and maneuvers to do whatever he want with his self and his career, his personal life spewing all over ESPN. He said, I remember back in the day where you couldn't, we knew Michael Irvin and Lawrence Taylor got in trouble, but, on ESPN, the only thing you saw was, the sports. And I said, I don't think it's ESPN per se. I think it's just more social media has become more of a part of everyone's lives, and you got more access to people's lives. So with that being said, I think we all agree it's social media. With that being said, which athletes' stories or like which athletes would you have loved to see in the social media era? I would have loved to see Lawrence Taylor in the social media.
Lawrence Taylor,
he would have been like Grunt. He'd have been like Grunt.
Yeah, because you heard about the shit he was doing already. So for it to actually be publicized on your cell phone, him out there doing cocaine or something, and people actually got a picture of it on Instagram. That would be crazy.
I would love to see Dennis Rodman, man.
Dennis would be
a good one, man.
That'd be crazy.
Wilt. I would love to see Wilt.
Yeah, they said Wilt was out there doing his thing out there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What about Latrell Sprewell?
I mean,
Let's
I don't
talk.
think his life. I don't think his personal life was, as attractive as some of these other guys we talking about. Yeah, he crazy.
But how was it PJ Carlissimo he choked?
Yeah, I mean, but you
how-
saw that on the court.
Yeah,
I forgot.
but how would that situation that played out in social media in the social media era? Like, yeah, it happened on television.
I mean, I don't think that one would have been much different because it happened on television. Like, even
But it's still
even
like
at even at a time where you could say Kobe Bryant's time and them that era wasn't really social media time. They got that fight of him and Chris Childs.
It's so hard to get
TV.
but it's so hard to get a clip of that these days. That's what I'm saying. Like, but
That's not true. I can type. You can type it in and get it.
Maybe-
got 2 pieces.
Yeah, they give you that 2-piece part everywhere you go. I can type it in now and get a little emoji now.
maybe I don't look for it.
Me neither. That's my guy.
what it
So
is.
that's my
I ain't
favorite
trying to
player.
see him
I'm
get
trying to
punched.
see my dog get 2-piece.
Trying to get punched up out
So
here.
like I said, I think it's more in the back of the day like those Wilt Chamberlains. Lawrence Taylor will probably be the best one.
LT for sure.
Maybe, like I said,
Them baseball players used to get lit too.
they still get lit 'cause they're on drug tests.
Man, yeah, they don't. Nah, I don't want to see his social media. Nah, I don't know what they was doing at Balco. He said Barry Bond. I don't need to see his personal life. He was too mean.
He wasn't doing nothing but shooting up a little Roy.
Yeah, he probably just sit at the crib chilling, watching TV, just real basic. Barry probably had a real basic life. Look, he just sit like this, watching TV. I feel like working out.
But I also think that players would have adjusted as well. I don't
Absolutely.
think, because I think a lot of players now that would be extra in a time back then, probably wouldn't because, they know the camera's there and they can get caught and then there goes that bag. Nobody want to lose that bag.
Big bag. It's gone. But yeah, man, so, that's just a little curveball I wanted to throw at y'all this week for the team.
What's up with the college football, man?
Nothing
Talk a
happened.
little college football.
I mean, we can talk it. I mean, what you got, JP?
Auburn look good. I'll start that. Auburn look like we ready
Hold on.
to go.
I got you. Here we go. Let me give y'all first off, let's give y'all for the first 5 weeks, like this is the same shit happen. Bama look good. LSU look good.
Yeah.
Auburn look good. Ohio State look good.
UGA looks amazing.
Look, the same guys still in the Heisman race that was in it last week. The same teams look good. Clemson struggled this week.
That's what I want to talk about.
I think the kids bored, man. The kids are bored, man. These guys know that they have the best team week in, week out. They know they play a pie schedule.
But I think this is part of the issue, though. This is the fatigue.
I told you.
Clemson, Alabama.
I told you.
I think
this shit boring.
We just kind of know Alabama looks so strong
Alabama
that
always
even
got
how
a cupcake
good
schedule.
Auburn looks and LSU looks, I still think
I knew
It's
college
gonna be
football was
harder.
boring when Pro told me it was boring. Just yesterday, he's like, yeah, bro. It's like, I'd rather watch
nobody's
NFL.
playing each other, bro.
It's
Like, I
boring
used to
because you
love-
know what's going to happen. You really do know.
Really?
It's because they've doctored the schedules up so, like, you look at the schedule like, Clemson's not going to lose. You look at the schedule, Clemson's not going to lose. You look at the schedule, and if LSU or Auburn
don't
doesn't
even
beat
think it's
Bama,
Clemson.
they're not going to
Yeah.
lose.
I don't think-
You
But
look
that's
at
not- I don't
everyone's
think-
schedule.
But
Look at
be
Ohio
honest,
State.
But be honest.
They're not going to lose.
Yeah, but be honest. Who do you want them to play where they would lose?
I don't know, man.
There's
They might have to play the
nobody-
Dolphins.
that's
The
what I'm saying.
Dolphins.
There's nobody-
Everybody got to play the Dolphins to
There's
get in.
nobody besides Alabama and literally Alabama, Clemson.
All right,
playing
here we
week
go.
one.
Look, here's the
That would be
solution.
it.
Drop the Dolphins. Dolphins get a bye week every week because they fantasy players ain't doing shit anyway. So ain't nobody tripping about their fantasy players being on the bye week. So let's let the Dolphins play.
Any of y'all got a fancy player from the Dolphins?
I got Ken Drake still
I
sitting on my
dropped him.
bench.
I dropped him.
But I'm
I
just
picked up
holding them
Preston
out.
Williams. I picked up one of the wide receivers just in case.
Them motherfuckers suck, though.
Yeah,
Honestly, yeah, they just suck.
Yeah, I don't know what they got
They
going
still
on.
got Kenny Stills?
No, they traded him to Houston.
Right. He. Good,
They
good
traded
for him.
anything they got good, but they
They
keep.
traded everything good.
I guess they think Ken Drake is still good enough.
No,
to
they
keep
probably
him.
just ain't had a chance to unload him yet.
Maybe I don't know.
They were talking. He was in trade talks. For real.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, JP Keith, man, you know.
So,
yeah.
but what about not so much college football? Important. LeBron James on his shop episode.
That was
He dropped a bombshell where the governor of California signed a bill
the fair play
bill, where players can now, in California, I think it starts 2023, where they can get paid off their likeness. So what do you think about that as far as college, instead of just talking college football, college basketball?
We talked it last week.
Oh, yeah, did.
Yeah. I just gotta see how it play out, because it's just so many ifs and buts, and
it's just if any of the other states are going to buy in.
Yeah.
I still have a lot of questions. I haven't done a ton of research on it. I want to know how the governor signing this will make the NCAA still.
Yeah, that's why
I just think it's for their likeness. I
still think it's more to be seen on that. I think
there's still a long way to go. I think it's a great first step. That this happened. I do hope one thing that comes from this, we do get a college football game or so coming back, but I enjoy those. But
they're only gonna have California teams on.
Exactly. That's what I'm about to say.
They're gonna have EA Sports. Yeah, EA Sports, but since Pac-12 football, 2K12. 2K22, some shit. Yeah.
They should make an all SEC game for real.
Well, we gotta wait for the SEC.
We gotta wait for Bama. Yeah. Look, at least California, you get half the Pac-12.
Yeah. So, like I said, but I did want to mention that. Like I said, I wasn't sure if y'all talked it last week, but that was
we talked.
That happened. Like I said, it's a good first step, for these athletes, even though it still ain't taking place until 2023. For these kids to get paid.
Mad Dog a step closer, man. We get Mad Dog a step closer, man. We get a paid.
One thing on that is, why now? Like, why wait this long to, try to get something through for college athletes get paid?
Because of the voices now.
It's the voices.
It's people like.
Don't be mad because you ain't get paid when you was in college.
That's the thing about it. It's the social media era.
You're like, why now? Why not 4 years ago?
I'm with you, but it's a social media age, and the players are now today. But the players are now today are using their platform more.
I gotta get you here, Fleazy.
But more.
I gotta get you here, Fleazy. I know you got. We got to get here, Fleazy. Bleacher Report, man.
Oh, okay.
Bleacher Report, man. What y'all doing, man? Bleacher Report, man. Hold on, man. JP. Bleacher Report, man. What y'all doing, man? Y'all dropped this list, man, all time.
Boy,
top 50 players all time, man.
These sons of bitches.
Was it top 100? I don't know who, why, when, where, who. I don't know who collected $200 when they passed go. I don't know who signed off on this, but I have a really, 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 really large problem with their top 50 of all time.
Top 50 was outrageous. It was really, really bad.
I got it up already. I already told you. You told me about it. I didn't close it. So Bleacher Report posted the top 50 top 50 basketball players of all time. I guess it's in order for them. I don't know.
I guess it's in order.
Just because you can always conclude
Jordan is at one,
LeBron at 2.
It's in order.
Yeah, it's in order. I would love to know how they got this data. I'm sure.
Hold on, Key.
Okay.
JP, can you? Do I need to make this a little bigger for you, or can you see that?
Oh, I'm good. I can see that. I got my
glasses. I was about to say, I know y'all with glasses on.
Got that 2020 on me.
I can see.
Look. I want to look at the honorable mentions first. Can you read off some of these honorable mentions? Just some names that you are familiar with.
Okay, see Chris Bosh on there. Vince Carter. Grant Hill. Okay, Grant Hill would have been a lot higher if he didn't get hurt.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
AI. Okay, that's cool. KJ, Kevin Johnson.
Wait. You just said AI. That's cool.
Honorable mention.
This
This ain't nothing.
I thought this was top 50.
No.
Oh, hell no, that's not good.
No.
Oh, yeah. Why is AI on honorable mention? Who they got on this list?
So we got Rick Barry at 50.
Dang, my bad.
Elvin Hayes at 49. And see, like me and Keith said, I want to take some of these guys off the list, but I don't want the old heads to stop listening. I don't want y'all to feel like I'm disrespectful. I don't know no better, so I ain't going to say nothing crazy.
Look at the picture on if you can see the picture on
Elvin Hayes. I like a high school. I like
okay,
a high school.
21 and 12, okay.
That boy was getting buckets, though. I don't even.
I'm okay with, like
Walt
I said,
Frazier,
some of these guys,
good
okay,
buckets.
Bro.
But this the first. Okay, so the first problem I had, bro, was AI not being on the top 50 at all. Now, this is a huge problem for me. This is even bigger than AI not being top 50 because that's debatable. This ain't debatable. Isiah Thomas, 47, bro.
Isiah Thomas.
Michael Jordan, you really did this to my boy like this. Michael Jordan hate Isiah Thomas, so this what they do to him.
Second best point guard of all time.
give Isiah
Because Michael Jordan hates you. This how you get treated in your. Michael Jordan, you need to do right by Isiah Thomas, man. I ain't buying no more shoes, bro. You need to do right by Isiah Thomas so these writers will start doing right by Isiah Thomas.
Yeah, this was.
You feel me?
This was. As you get through the list, you'll see how really bad this is as far as Isiah Thomas. Like
MJ got to do
right. Like ahead of him, like right above him is Paul Gasol. Like come on, I'm a Lakers fan. I'm a Lakers fan.
This is definitely not in order.
I'm a Lakers. Yeah, it's in order because, like I said, Michael Jordan's 1, LeBron's 2. They got like Wilt, Kareem 3. Paul Gasol is ahead of
Ray Allen. Okay.
Ahead of Isiah Thomas, Ray Allen, Reggie Miller is one of my favorite players.
Reggie Miller ain't better than no Allen. Come on, man.
Yeah, Paul Gasol shouldn't be on this list, man.
My boy Boosie say, man, come on.
There's no way Allen Iverson is a former MVP. He led the worst team in history to the NBA Finals. I'm sure he's a scoring leader up there somewhere.
Who had 42? Who had 42?
The Claw at 42.
Big Claw 42, man. He's the legend, man. He already in, you know what I'm saying, top 50 status right now. Just think about what my boy gonna do. He ain't gonna win no titles no time soon, you feel me? But his legend is already. JP, all right, let me stop. Put this shit in park. So, yeah, I'm glad we stopped and talking about basketball. JP, who you rooting for this year, bro?
Hey, man, I got a free trial this year, man. My team I want to root for. One of my players is
Keith, you hear this shit?
Who was that? I'm confused. I don't know.
I'm about to tell you.
Your basketball group.
You know, the Brooklyn Nets, man. They're my team for this year. But, you know, KD, you know.
Oh, you just changed?
No.
Coming off his Achilles.
See, now you lying. Because he say he going to root for the Clippers this year.
No.
And then when KD come back, he going back to the Nets.
No, you got it the other way around. Ask Mike.
So who was your team this year?
Backwards. Who was your team this year?
It's Brooklyn 1A, it's the Clippers 1B.
He want to root.
Who'd you root for last year then?
The Warriors.
I'm sick of him.
Okay.
Moving forward, bro. That's all we. This is literally.
Can I get him a side note? You
can get a side note, bro.
Right.
Because you knew you get a side note.
Okay. For all my sports teams, I'm a fan. I'm a UGA fan. I'm a Falcons fan. Come on, Cam. But when it comes to the NBA, man, I love players, man. Like,
I feel it.
Yeah,
like,
but how many?
I thought I was a Lakers fan. I thought I was a Lakers fan, but I was really a Kobe fan, man. Because I tried to stick with the Lakers.
Yeah,
shout out to the Beam, man. We all love the Beam, but you gotta stand for something.
But you've been there 20 years. It's like
you gotta stay.
Like,
yeah,
man. I ain't think.
And then you gonna root for the Clippers?
What?
I don't see it.
Go
like
to
that,
sleep,
though,
JP.
You don't see it like how you see it.
I just see it. Like I want to root.
We got Pierce.
For my favorite player.
Paul Pierce, 41. What you
It's
think?
different when it comes to basketball.
What's up with Adrian Dantley, man? I don't know a lot about him, man. Adrian Dantley.
My pops talk about him all the time.
Yeah.
Like I said,
yeah.
I'm scrolling over the older players just because we didn't get a chance to see, so it's hard.
Yeah,
for
let's
us to
just scroll
judge.
past these old
But
heads.
I tell you,
Well, it's one old head I'm not scrolling over because this disrespectful. 39, Bill Walton was a monster. You need to pull him up. You know, I think it's because his beard was so weak. They said they can't.
He was a beast. I seen.
Yeah, he was a dog.
Plenty of highlights. And
this what it is these stats, man. These stats because he just had a bad decline towards the end.
Man, I tell you what, this next person can be thrown off the entire. And people that know me know that Patrick Ewing is the player that I hate the most. I think he's the most overrated thing of all time. Him ahead of Allen Iverson is asinine. Him ahead of Isiah Thomas, a 2-time champion, is asinine.
I don't understand this one at all. You know what? Because like every time I talk to somebody about this list, like I was like, but he got a ring. Like this bum don't got a ring.
Man,
he missed a layup. Like he smoked a layup that like I probably wouldn't even smoke.
You'll smoke it.
I might, but shit, I ain't in the league. You feel
that too,
me?
and you are not 7 feet.
Yeah. Manu, this we talked about this when they got Manu at 37. You say he not better than Tony Parker, who is not on this list.
Well, I'm not even that he's not better than Tony Parker, but this guy career. I like Manu Ginobili. He came off the bench. There's no way you're gonna tell me a guy that came off the bench is ahead of Allen Iverson.
Look at my boy per 75 possessions numbers though.
I don't give
You feel they trying to let you know what my boy doing. I'm with you though. I'm just trying to look.
Tony Parker, who had the same amount of success as Manu, and probably I think Tony Parker's got a Finals MVP. Actually, he's not even on the list at all either. So, if
Russell Westbrook 36, man. I'm not sure about that.
He's got the triple-double thing.
Not with Kawhi. Kawhi need to be 36 and he need to be 42. Kawhi got 3 titles.
Kawhi got I guess
2 titles.
Okay with that.
Yeah, 2 titles, 3 titles.
2.
He got
3
titles. Might have 3, but
Maybe
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we got to switch him.
Maybe this season 3 coming soon.
Well,
we got 2. Yeah, we got Steve Nash 35. He not better than Isiah Thomas, man.
I mean,
he got 2 MVPs
he not better
though.
than Isiah Thomas,
but he got 2 MVPs.
I got Isiah Thomas literally the second best point guard of all time. So
we got Kevin McHale.
He was a beast.
He's a dog. So underrated. You know what I'm saying? Jason Kidd, man, the general.
Jason Kidd was one
very underrated. You know,
point guard too.
This Lonzo Ball right here, man. Lonzo Ball is a Jason Kidd reincarnated. You seen his jumper? Y'all seen?
I don't.
You seen the Clippers?
Show me an in-game jumper.
But you see, he ain't pulling it from over here no more. He kind of clean.
I got to see something.
I don't want. You know what I'm saying? You already know what's going on with Lonzo, man. Now that
Clyde.
I'm not a Clyde Drexler fan myself, though.
He got overlooked by Jordan, man.
He was sorry. Well, he wasn't sorry.
He wasn't sorry.
He was good, man, back in the day.
He was all right. I ain't going to even see the old head's going to hop on me if I say something about Clyde. But this my boy right here, Keith. 31.
Yeah, I had a problem at 31, man. My dad watched a lot of basketball. I watched a ton of basketball growing up. I've never heard the name.
I don't know who this is.
Dolph Shayes. I tried to read the research on him. I didn't get a lot. I don't even know what era this dude played in. It's a black and white picture, so he's got to be old.
Bro, an accountant, bro.
31 though.
Bro, stats, bro, is like 18 points per game, 10 books balanced. Bro look like an accountant, bro.
Like I said, it's hard for me to judge older players, but I just can't,
Hawks, champion,
26 and 14.
St. Louis Hawks, man. But we still take that championship though.
Hawks. Y'all take anything y'all can get. John Stockton, man. Very underrated, but I like him right here at 29, man. What we got here? Chris Paul. So this is a problem.
Over AI, nah.
Not even AI. Isiah Thomas.
All them.
Steve Nash.
I mean, he's not better than Isiah Thomas.
Yeah, he's just not better than Isiah Thomas. And Isiah Thomas got titles, man.
I mean, this is the problem with this era. They have diminished winning to an extent that is just like, why are they playing the game? Are we not going to judge them by wins? I understand it's a team game.
But it ain't even numbers with this guy.
I mean, he's got 18 and 9. So he's damn near averaging double. Cool. 2.2 steals help. But I mean, you're gonna get to Isiah Thomas. The numbers are very similar. So, like I said, Isiah Thomas, like I said, is the second best point guard of all time. So there's no way he should damn near be top 10.
Yeah, come on, the number don't make sense. There's nothing you can tell me that makes sense right here, Keith.
He may have more if you look at the accumulation of the stats, because Isiah Thomas probably retired before his time.
He did.
Oh, definitely.
So you would say the accumulation of stats is what's going to hold him back.
The longevity?
Sure. The longevity, because Chris Paul's probably got tons more.
MJ, do right by IT, man. I ain't buying no more kicks, bro. Period. I ain't buying no more.
Got some on the way.
Nah, I actually ain't bought none since the fours. The fours. I ain't bought no sneakers since
then.
Get
them 11s and
well, James Harden. I got James Harden.
Not until you do right by IT, bro.
Yeah, James Harden at 27. I mean, I think he's got that. I don't know, man.
James is just a stat sheet stuff.
Nah, yeah. James Harden is a top 5 all-time scorer, man. It's just period. Y'all just watch him try to pull off the preseason game today to try to pull off the one leg.
The one leg.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be serious in this league today. People gonna be mad at that move, Keith. It's gonna be so. It's gonna ruin the league. That's gonna be the easiest move to get on, because he's just gonna be standing there and he's gonna hop on one foot and shoot a 3.
James will definitely master it, but
you might want to look at he actually did it in the game today. He missed it.
He did it last night, yeah.
But he's really
it's
a point where people need to stop saying it's a gimmick. These are things he goes into the offseason and literally puts into his game. So people used to try to say, oh, the step back, 1, it's a travel, and 2, it's easy to do because it's a travel. Like, no, go out there and try to do what he does and make a shot
after.
afterwards.
I still think like I said, I think older rules is definitely a travel. I think the rules have evolved. So now it's probably not a travel. It's close. It's damn close. Let me tell you.
It's not close at all, but
please.
to the eye, maybe.
Then what do you mean?
Like to your eye.
To everyone's eye, it's close. Even the referee's eye, it's close.
They don't blow the whistle. Clearly ain't close to that.
Yeah, it is close. I mean, they understand. They don't give a shit. They give you 3 or 4 steps anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, I watched LeBron James run from half court. They don't give a shit about travel, which is part of the issue. But like I said, I just can't. He got to win for me, man. I'm big on winning, man.
Definitely. I mean, I think a lot of these young boys and players out here are sneaking too high on the list, in my opinion.
Yeah,
that didn't win.
Like I said, I don't think he's a gimmick.
I
think drawing a foul is a skill. I think that's a skill, and that is a part of the game. And getting to the foul line, that is a free open jump shot, and you should try to get there as many times as you can for an uncontested shot.
Right.
And if he can get there,
James definitely mastered.
Yeah, like that's almost easier than the layup. For real.
That stuff I'm okay with.
Yeah,
so, you know, I don't like I said, he need to play more defense. That I got an issue with.
Yeah. You know, but I think we see down the stretch and in big moments he attempts and tries
playing
to play
harder. I mean, he's playing harder.
So with that being said, I think it's time to stop even bringing up.
No, it's just got. I mean,
regular season ain't none of the motherfuckers playing defense. 25, man. He's sitting right here where he need to be. Scotty, man. Scotty, right where he need to be, man.
That's the right pick.
Scotty, man. I'll be the first to apologize to Scotty, you know, because over the years I devalue Scotty. You go look at Scotty's game, man. Scotty was one of the most valuable players probably in NBA history. And if he could have played his whole career without Mike, I think he would have been way better. You feel me?
I mean,
you go from 16 a game over your career to about 20. That just changed the whole narrative. You feel me?
Well, yeah.
And playing with Mike, that just, you know, that takes.
It's hard for me to disagree with that when, you know, when he played without Mike, his stuff skyrocketed.
We got Reggie with 18 points a game, man, and we got him top 50 all the time. Think about what this guy would be with 20, 28 and 7, like he easily could have did without Mike.
And I think this rating like takes that into consideration. You know, like you said, because
true.
Reggie Miller was back there in the 40s. Like
40s,
you said, 18
25.
points. He's at 25. They're taking into account that.
I think the 6 rings probably got him up there
that
too.
I mean, that too. I mean, but that's not true. Shit, 2 spots back, you got James Harden with no rings.
Facts only.
And
Jesus Christ.
And
that's why this list so damn trash,
that's what
man.
I'm saying. That's 2 spots back. 2 spots back. You also got James Harden. So you're gonna say stat accumulation. James Harden averaging 25 points a game. So that's why I said that is adjusted in there because you got a guy with 25, 6, and 5 behind him who's averaging 16 points a game.
I need James in front of Elgin too. Elgin ain't win no title.
I mean, like I said,
nah, I don't
he's
think
averaging 28 and 13. Though.
Boy got big buckets though.
Yeah.
I don't think Elgin got a title. If he do, he got one.
He's averaging 27 and 13. So like I said,
he played with Jerry West, but I know Jerry West only got one title, something like that. Either way, Moses Malone. I think he was actually a very underrated center.
Big man.
I think he was very underrated.
Solid, man. Solid.
I think them ABA days kind of took away from him.
I got a problem with Dwayne Wade being a little far back. Dwayne Wade's down at 21. I personally got Flash. See, this is the problem I got. When I do my rankings, you know, I kind of do like my point guard. Magic Johnson 1, Isiah Thomas 2. So when I look at this list, it's like Isiah Thomas is the second best point guard in my eyes. He's at 40 something.
And got like 9.
Dwayne Wade. I mean, for shooting guard, I got Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade, 21 is the third best shooting guard of all time.
Well, let's see what the other one's at, man. We got to see what the other one's at, man.
I already got a gripe about this shit, so.
I don't got.
I mean, he led the league in scoring. I mean, did anybody break it?
Bro, don't take care of his kids. Moving on.
Second all time in scoring now.
I'm just straight on Chuck. I mean, not Chuck.
Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley is one of the most underrated players of all time. Charles Barkley is one of the best players you will ever watch. He's got some of the greatest highlights, especially to be a 6'5" power forward. He was a monster. People look at Chuck now because he's sitting over there at the desk eating donuts and shit. Charles Barkley is one of the best athletes that you would ever see running up and down the floor, bro.
He is third all time in plus minus, so you know That tells you a lot about
really good.
That tells you a lot about his game when you third all time in plus minus. That's impact.
Charles Barkley was really good.
Yeah, he really was. I think people really take like the shit that come out of his mouth and
because
associate that with his
for
game.
So long that they don't know how good he was at
bro
basketball.
was dominant, bro.
Yeah,
If it was any player that you can associate with stealing titles from, that's the one. Jordan stole titles from that guy.
And Karl Malone
ain't deserve no damn title. If he was taking care of his kids, his mind would have been right, and he would have won them titles.
That ain't got nothing to
Moving
do
forward,
with
we don't talk about Karl Malone
we talk
on my
about
show,
John
bro.
Stockton then. John,
all right, cool.
Jeff Hornacek.
Brian Russell,
Jerry Sloan.
Osterstag,
Man, the boys can shoot that thing now.
Every last one of them, the logo, man, we got him at 18. Man. I just think if you're going to keep him as a logo, he got to be top 10 until you take him away from the logo. Top 10 till he not the logo.
Least.
Top 10 till he not the logo.
Dirk Nowitzki at 17.
Disrespectful, man. Dirk is the best power forward of all time, depending on where you putting Tim Duncan.
He's my favorite, but I think Tim Duncan.
If you putting Tim Duncan as power forward, Dirk is the second best power forward of all time. But you got Tim Duncan to the center.
Yeah. I got Tim Duncan ahead of him because defensively.
You got him a center or power forward?
I got him at power forward.
Okay, then Tim Duncan is the best power forward.
Because I got defensively, Dirk is my favorite power forward of all time, hands down.
Defensively, I think Tim Duncan is the best power forward defensively all time, and I think he's so under. No, it's not even close.
Yeah, KG
didn't. Tim Duncan literally.
With the Celtics.
Tim Duncan literally dominated the defensive end from the beginning to end of his career. Like, he literally was a great defender. You wasn't scoring. He just wasn't flashy, and it was really.
Yeah,
offensively, I think he's a little overrated, but defensively, he was a absolute monster.
He was just fundamental and born to watch.
I think offensively, I just don't think the numbers just don't. Even we I don't want to go there because I don't want to disrespect Timmy, man. Timmy is
probably the offensive best power forward of all time.
KG 16, man, I got no problem with that.
I got a problem with that.
Man.
He should not be ahead of Dirk Nowitzki. But
I mean, either way, man, I'm my two guys, man. I always be tossing them up. I think
Dirk's
they
the best international player of all time.
Oh, man, that's easy. Yeah, that's easy.
KD at 15, no problem with it. Kobe at 14, man.
Yeah.
See this?
Yeah, that's why I don't even want to talk because
I don't even want to look at the list no more.
Kobe at 14, bro. Bleacher Report, man. I'm deleting your app till y'all do right by Kobe, dog. I'm deleting the app, dog. Hey, can we? I don't want to start no. We ain't big enough to be for Bleacher Report.
That's why they going to squash us real quick.
Yeah. Hey, I want everybody to unsubscribe. All right, cool. But yeah, y'all tripping, bro.
Yeah,
Kobe at 14,
Bean, come on now.
Yeah.
Bean always top 10, man, no matter where he at. You feel me?
And I got a problem with this, too. Hakeem Olajuwon is arguably the best center of all time. But the problem is, I think David Robinson is not better than Hakeem Olajuwon.
David Robinson not better.
He's a very good player, though.
But he definitely deserves to be at number 12.
He's a very underrated guy.
I think 12 is perfect. For David Robinson.
At least give him 13. If you're going to have Hakeem now.
Hakeem should be top 10.
It's hard to
David
say
Robinson right where
he
he need to be at 12.
I mean, it's only one dude really in the top 10 that you can arguably take out.
Let me look.
And that's going to be
let's move Oscar Robertson.
Triple double.
Below let's drop him from 11 to 13 or 12. 13 where he at, where Hakeem at. We drop Steph to 11 and then we move Hakeem to 10.
Steph Curry, I think Steph Curry gets the edge because of the changing the game. Not even that, but changed the evolution of the basketball. I mean, of course, I love Steph Curry.
Guy, man.
If you don't like Steph Curry, then you just need to shut the fuck up and you just don't like basketball.
Nah, yeah, it's just a point where you don't like him. Like it's just something.
Who do you like?
Like you can't, because people always try to find a reason. Like I don't like him because his fans. Like he even has nice fans for the most part. Because people, you a real, it's really them or him.
Them because he's on the team. No,
him.
I mean,
it's real easy to root against them.
I mean, that's fine. If he changes team, then yeah. But he's on that team, so then you got Klay Thompson, who's just exactly. How can you not like this team? Because Stephen Clay, it's like you don't want to root against him.
I like the team more.
I like Draymond.
I like the team more because of D'Lo.
Cam
man.
like Draymond.
I'm tired of teams throwing my boy D'Lo away like that. Well, I mean, I ain't throwing him away, but
see how D'Lo fit,
the Nets threw him away because they thought they had better than Kyrie, and I think he gonna show him something, man.
No, but Kyrie can.
With Clay's absent, with him being hurt.
Oh, D'Lo be great for them right now. I mean, only thing I worry about is his ability to play off the ball, but. Because I think the offense is going to have to change. But he can shoot well enough. He's shown he can shoot that ball. But he's more of a pick and roll type of guy. So yeah, when you run a pick and roll with him, what's Steph doing?
Right.
Well, let's skirt through. We running out of time. We got Wilt at 9, perfect. Bill Russell, you ain't no argument with Billy Goat. Tim D at 7. We got Shaq at 6. Man, I need Shaq
one
a
of my
little
favorite
higher.
guys. It's hard. Like I say, it's hard.
Larry Bird at 5.
Larry Bird.
Magic at 4. Man, these just here come Rushmore. Man, you just can't argue with these. Kareem at 3. Braun at 2. Man, Big Braun at 2. Man, disrespectful. Kobe need to be somewhere around this conversation. I am at the
go that one, man.
Oh.
I'm on Braun.
No, keep scrolling.
The real GOAT.
Hey, Mike, what up, Mike?
Say, bro,
Mike,
you can't
do right by IT, man. I ain't acknowledging you at number 1 on this list.
Face, look at his face. That's how he looking at you right now.
Yeah, he looking at IT hating on him. He looking at the writers at Bleacher Report.
This is why I could never put LeBron. As much as I want to say LeBron will someday pass.
You remember I hopped off
Michael Jordan. Yeah. This is hard to do.
That's why.
That's why. Killer instinct.
That's why.
It's just.
It's really there. It's that. And that's why I told you. I said, you know what? I'm done arguing. LeBron James is definitely the better basketball player. It's not even an argument. Like when if you look at two ball
scorer, but he's all around.
Yeah, but if you had to pick a player, like I want one of these two guys to start my franchise with,
I'm taking Michael Jordan.
just like looking at him play.
Oh, okay.
You gonna always pick LeBron James.
That's not true.
Yes, you will.
You can look at his will. You can. That's my point, though. You can look at Michael Jordan.
You're trying to force it into this argument.
No, I'm not.
Just go.
I'm not forcing it in
there.
Go
watch the games because the will and the instinct is gonna come there because you're gonna remember the moment.
Watch LeBron
no, you're gonna remember the moment.
Kyle Korver
yeah, you're gonna be like, that's the perfect play to make. You see what I'm saying?
No, I'm not. I want him
to
shoot
the moment.
That ball.
If you take the moments out of it, then Mike's killer instinct don't pop up. Just go and look at him in a room in a gym with is nothing on the line and watch him play basketball. You're going to be like, I want that guy Michael Jordan. I mean, that guy LeBron James. Michael
Jordan. I don't.
No, he make all the right plays. Either way, I don't care.
I'm not going to agree.
The thing that separates them both, regardless if you think he's a better basketball player or not, is Mike really is just an animal. He just does. He's just an animal.
He's going to do whatever it takes to win.
And that's just, I think LeBron does it, but I think Mike just took it a step further. And that's what separates him.
Whatever.
That mindset is just like,
there's no way I'm losing.
Yeah, because obviously he would gamble his way and drink his way and punch his teammates in his face and charge $200 for the same shoe and hate on Isiah Thomas. Do right by Isiah Thomas, Mike.
Keep paying for it. How many Jordans you got in your closet right now? Dumbass.
Do right by Isiah Thomas or won't be another one come in there. You feel me?
Go complain
about the
we got good time. Hold on, we are good on time. JP.
What up, man?
It's time to prove yourself. It's pop culture time, man. I really need to move this shit up into the segment, man. We got to move it up in the segment, man. But JP,
yeah. Before I start out with pop culture, man, shout out to my boy Mike, man, for getting the pop culture segment right on HasBeens. He's been doing a good job, and I'm feeling them.
This was you should have got. If you wanted to include Michael Jordan, go ahead. I'll get you get into your shit. But
all right, so pop culture today, man.
MJ outfits.
So first off, man, I got a confession to make, man. Well, not a confession, but just
I said, hold on,
kind of something to
tell the story.
So, do y'all watch Power?
Yeah.
So,
spoiler alert, I guess.
Nah, it's not spoiler alert.
Okay.
It happened last week. So, I don't know if y'all saw my IG story post.
Yeah, I saw that stupid ass shit.
What's
I know
his name? Proctor.
I just looked at the fucking. I really just looked at the note and like, wow, he did really do this.
So let me tell the fans. Let me tell everybody. So I thought Proctor. I thought he actually died for real.
Oh Lord!
But the thing is, like, I don't watch sitcoms. I don't really watch shows like that. So I was out of the loop.
Bro, seeing a meme with some shit.
Yeah, social media got me.
So you don't watch Power.
He don't watch Power, but he's seen a meme with bro death.
Yeah.
I saw a meme, and then my boy Mike was like, "Bro, he didn't die for real."
Yeah,
that's not his real name.
Bro, text Mike and everything like, "Damn, bro, one of my favorite actors died, bro."
First,
Mike, like, bro,
I don't know why Mike said he was my favorite actor. He's not my favorite actor.
Oh, well, an actor that I
like.
An
actor that I know I've seen before.
He's just
Mike was like, bro, he died on the show, bro. That's terrible.
Yeah, so I thought that was funny, man. So,
right.
About coaching, man, we got a couple things. Let's see.
Better be good, man.
Hey, man.
Because Mike be hitting us over the head with new shit, so I need some new shit, man. Keep me young out here.
Take a nap.
So we got a little segment came up with today. Got yay or nay.
Yeah or nay?
Show y'all some graphics and see if y'all like them.
All right, sure.
All right.
You need to get there.
All right. So we got WNBA player, Diamond DeShields outfit.
Let me check it out, man. Look at this outfit. You know I got a hold on me looking.
You know, these players out here, man, they got some good fits.
Okay, she got the
Going
Fear
along,
God
man.
tee on. Now I don't know all the brands, but there's like a Louis bag right here. The luggage, man, is I need her to get some better luggage. Cause when you gonna swag up like this, the luggage right here gotta match. I got that luggage bag right there.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, it's a go for me. You know, I like the shades too. The shades real vintage 1990s. You know, Keith probably gonna have an in-depth. The pants fire though. The pants go crazy. No, I
I'm
love
actually
some good pants.
okay with it because
She's a woman.
she's a woman.
That's it. I was about to say.
That's it.
I wear that.
If you and then it's I mean, like I said, this one ain't bad even for a guy. I will give it.
I'll rock that.
I mean, that one's not bad.
fit,
That
And I ain't even got to really break my back because I got the luggage in the back.
Shade.
That's not shade, bro.
But no,
it really
like I said,
But
the
she got to
jacket,
step
I
up
mean,
the luggage.
it's
She got
good. You gotta
everything
match,
else.
you gotta
Yeah,
match.
yeah.
pants a little funky for me, but like I said, they not
yeah.
bad though.
Yeah, I know
They
the
not
pants
bad.
ain't too at all.
I ain't rocking with that, but like I said, I wouldn't be mad, even guy or gal, but because it's a girl, that's definitely yay.
Yay. We going yay on that, JP. What you like to fit?
Yeah, man, I'm digging it, man.
Okay, what we got next? Yay and nay?
You got your boy.
That's a nay.
PJ? Let me check PJ
Drip
out, man.
God.
PJ? All right. I'm going to have to break this one down. I'm
Cam
going to break.
gonna like them all. So
No. I got to break this one down. See, the pants, I like 'em,
I
but
bet.
I don't like the cuff. So I like the pants, but not the look. Because, see, for me, the cuff too big. If the pants was a little, more fitted at the bottom, he could have cuffed them, but it looked like it got the same fit down there. So, nah. The jacket go stupid crazy.
Yeah, that jacket's fire.
Stupid crazy. I'm just trying to figure out what I would even rock
They
with
go
that.
together. They don't
Don't
go
even
together.
see. That's the problem.
Don't
See, me,
matter.
I've always color blocked. I never like matching my clothes. I just
When
throw
you got a
colors
color scheme
on.
like that, you can
Yeah,
kinda-
you just throw whatever you feeling. You feel me? It's
Mix
a
and match.
vibe. I like this. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling that. Throw it on together. So I'm really actually feeling it. Just you uncuff that, but I understand if you uncuff it, it take away from the whole look because the sneaker gang go crazy. But I'm gonna go nay because I don't like the pants, man, how they fit.
You
But
don't bring that shit over.
But if you bring me them 3 pieces separately with the chain, PJ, let me get that chain. But if you bring me them 3 pieces separately, I would say yay to all of them.
Is he wearing a raincoat indoors? Or where
It's some type
like
of
a rain
coat,
jacket.
man. Yeah, but I like it, man. I like it. Keith, you
What's
gotta
that
get
underneath
into
a
it.
jersey?
I don't know what he got. I just see his chain.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's a
don't think
chain.
he got
Okay,
a shirt
that's a
on.
chain. I
That's
can't-
why I really dig it
I'm
because
a
I
little
wouldn't wear
far
a shirt
from
either.
it. I thought that
I
was
don't
like
think he
a
got a
start
shirt
of a
on.
shirt. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that's.
If he don't have a shirt on, that's even worse.
I don't think he got a shirt on. That's a lick.
All right, last fit.
Yeah, okay.
Got another fit. Man, who is this,
Boy,
dog?
Dwayne Bacon.
Nah, see, look, nah.
That's a hard nay for me.
Yeah, hold on, bro.
First of all, his shirt is.
What
tucked
is
into
this?
the
Cuz,
pants.
nah,
Trying to be
see,
different, bro.
Yeah, he different, all right.
how can I enlarge
on
this?
that.
You
This
don't
bro
need
got
to
a
enlarge it.
man, what it?
I don't know.
It's unenlargeable.
Yeah, bro. Show him back, bro.
James, my boy, you don't need to cook on
Okay,
that.
so Dwayne. See, I got a problem with Dwayne Bacon because he spend more time on league fit than he do on the court. I need to see more highlights of you getting buckets, Dwayne, than you on league fits. But for this fit, it's an ultimate nay. He got it on. I don't even know if it's a fanny pack or it's a real purse, but he got it on like a purse. He stand.
The way you stand there, you look kind of.
Why you even show me? You should have showed me this fit from a different angle. Because the pants are nay, the belt a nay, everything is a nay.
got it
The sneakers
tucked in,
cool.
though.
The sneak nay,
And
all
the pants are
around.
way too tight.
That's
for
a
me.
dud.
You know, I don't
looking-
do
You
that.
know,
kinda
I
sweet.
rock.
I
You
can
know,
count all the change in his pocket.
Okay, let me. I'm scrolling. That's a hard nay. See, I don't like everything. Keep that's boo boo.
All right, man. Let's get into some kicks, man. So,
That's what I'm talking about. Kicks.
Travis Scott 6 is coming out
I like those.
next week.
Big yay from Cam Will.
I mean,
I'm a fan of
the old
Sixes.
Retro Jordans. all
Underrated shoe. But Jordan ain't getting none of my money until, you feel me?
Guaranteed
One, I
orders
get my
and-
bread up. You know what I'm saying? And 2, when you do right by Isiah Thomas and tell the world that he was a great player so they can start treating him as such.
Right. All right, last thing, y'all. Music. So, the Baby just dropped a new album last weekend.
Baby
What y'all
go
think?
crazy.
What y'all think about it? Y'all heard it?
Big
Let's
claps,
to it a
man.
little bit, man. Let's do it a little bit. I haven't gotten through the whole thing yet, but what I've heard, I like, man. I like him as a rapper. He's everywhere right now, man. He's everywhere right now.
Yeah, the Baby, man, he hitting everybody.
He's probably
features.
the hottest artist out right now.
Stop doing that.
Right
He
now?
is. He's on everything. He's on everything.
He's not hotter than
Everybody-
Gunna. You keep trying to drop
Gunna-
these people over
I mean,
Gunna.
you
Gunna got
like
it.
Gunna, that's cool.
He
but
not hotter than Gunna.
He
not.
is on the mainstream. He is.
I might be a little.
He might be
biased.
hot.
He is.
I like
I'm
Gunna
telling
better
you,
than
he's
the Baby.
on everything. You may like
Every
y'all
hook.
may like Gunna. I like Drake. I like Drake better than all these dudes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But he right now, every radio, every song on the radio, he on. Everyone.
The Baby go hard,
He's
man.
the
Shout
hottest
out to Kirk, man. It's a good album. I'm inclined to believe it's a little top heavy. I really, really enjoy like the first 5 or 6 tracks. After that, it's kind of like I can skip a few.
Like I said, I haven't really gotten
Yeah,
into it.
yeah.
yet,
But
like
you know
said,
me, I also will beat the hell out of a couple of tracks before I move on
yeah,
too.
yeah.
So let me get to the back of the album, but top of the album definitely go crazy. So that's a yay for me. The Baby go crazy.
Yeah, man. All right.
But I ain't gonna, man. Gonna go too hard, man.
Yeah,
but-
Gunna definitely.
You know.
Tough right now.
I like that, JP. I like this yeah or nay. We might have to drop that every week,
man,
man.
something
I
a
like
little-
that.
something a little
Well, at least when you pull up, man, we got new scheme coming up, man. JP gonna be every other episode, man. So he'll be back episode 15.
Yeah.
Episode 15, we coming back with yeah or nay for sure. You know, Mike coming back next week. Keith, you back in the next week. I'm here every week, bro. And the Saints, we coming back. We coming
Should
back
be
every week.
week to set up in your house.
Oh, true.
Right.
But man, again, man, that's another episode of the HasBeens Podcast, man. Make sure y'all follow us on social media. The road to 1K, man.
Subscribe,
It's
man.
all on the ticker, man. All the stuff we told you before is on the ticker. Point at the ticker. Look at the ticker. Shout out to Keith, man, our video editor, man. He put a ton of work in for this, man. But until next week, man, that's the HasBeens Podcast, episode 13, man. We appreciate
out.
y'all fucking with us again for another week.
real.
JP, Keith, and Ken, we're out of here. Peace.
Gang.
Yo.